What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the 1000 Toys Mugman action figure with dynamic articulation. And so here we have the 1000 Toys Mugman posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at this figure, let's actually see what he comes with. Mugman does come with 2 pairs of eyes. We do get his happy eyes, which look really nice. And then we do get a pair of angry eyes. He also does come with 3 pairs of hands. We get a pair of fists, a pair of open gesturing hands, and then a pair of pew pew finger hands. And other than that, he doesn't come with any other accessories, unfortunately. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually have a closer look at Mugman. And so here we have a closer look at Mugman, and I think 1000 Toys has done a really good job with this figure. As with Cuphead, this is my first venture into 1000 Toys, and I think they have done a fantastic job with Cuphead and Mugman here now. As you can see, Mugman is a very stylized character, and that's pretty much how he was in the video game Cuphead Deal with the Devil. If you haven't already played it, guys, I really do recommend you play it, especially with a friend. So Mugman here is basically player 2, so he has the player 2 color scheme of, instead of being red, he is blue. Now Mugman here does look really nice. I do like the fact that he has a very different look despite being virtually the exact same character. His head is in the shape of a coffee mug instead of a cup. He is a coffee mug, and I do like that difference. It looks really nice here on the figure, and I do like the off-white color scheme that they both have. I do like the fact that the eyes are this really stark white, and then we have the off-white for the head. Really big mouth here, and he does have a grin. Like with Cuphead, I would have liked to see an alternate head with maybe a different expression in the mouth. That would have been cool to have, but yeah. Overall, his head looks really good. As far as his body goes, it is a very stylized cartoon body from the 1920s and the 1930s. As you can see, he's basically just a black torso with 2 arms, 2 legs, and trousers, which, just like Cuphead, he is a very stylized character, especially coming from a 2020? I think Cuphead came out, might have been even before that. Actually, I think it was before that. Yeah, it's been a video game for a while. But yeah, really do like the design. It really harkens back to those old Mickey Mouse and Looney Tunes cartoons, which I grew up watching. He does look very good here, all the way down to his cartoony gloves with the 3 markings. And just like with Cuphead, he just has these trousers over a black torso and 2 arms and legs. And I do like the fact that he is blue instead of red. That's a very good color. And then he does have those big antique shoes, which again, those look really cool. I really do like the design of Cuphead and Mugman. I just really like that game in general. If you guys haven't played it, as I said, I recommend you play it. Other than that, there's really not much more to say about Mugman here. He shares the exact same body as Cuphead. The only real difference is the head that he has on him. That's the real difference besides the color. So yeah, there's really not much to talk about. Being as basic as he is, it's still a very good looking figure. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Mugman posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Mugman posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Mugman posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And for one final comparison, here we do have the 1000 Toys Mugman posed next to the 1000 Toys Cuphead. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to Mugman's articulation. Just like Cuphead, his straw does rotate all the way around, and that's a really nice little piece of articulation. So if you want to have him with it on either side, you can, and I think it's done very well. Now he does have a ball joint in the head, but his head isn't as open as Cuphead, so his head doesn't go up or down as far. Still get some really good range there, and it does lean to the side very nicely. Again, because his head size is different and the opening is different, his head doesn't get quite as much range, but it still works. Just like with Cuphead, he does have a hinge in the neck, which does look up. And I do like the fact that it's a ratcheting joint. It's gonna hold its shape no matter what, so I do like that. His arms, just like Cuphead, are on a ball joint, so they do go out to the side all the way. They do go up to about right here before they start popping out of place, like that, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it is to be expected with the overall style of the character. He does have a bicep swivel here, which is very nice considering the size of his arm. You wouldn't expect him to have it. Then we have a single bend in the elbow, giving us 90 degrees, which is perfect. I do think that's really good. We just have a basic swivel here in the wrist, which is a little bit unfortunate. We have a really nice ball joint in the torso, connecting it to the waist, so that does lean back and forward. He does get he does get side to side. It was just a little bit stiff on mine, but yeah, it does move. And just like with Cuphead, you can rotate that torso, but again, I would advise not going past this point because you do start splitting the torsos, and let's not split torsos here. Legs have some really good range because again, these pant legs are soft plastic, so they do kick forward all the way. You just gotta maneuver them and they do get out. They go back to about right there. Then we do have his legs going out to about right there. We do have a thigh swivel up high, which looks really good. He gets a single bend here at the knee, good for running poses, which Mugman and Cuphead run all the time. We do have rotation here at his foot, a hinge in the foot going down and doesn't go too far forward. Rotation on that joint, so we do have some really good rocker ankle. And then again, he does have a toe hinge, but it's really strange on the positioning of it, and it really doesn't do much. I would have preferred them just omitting that joint in general, just because it's a very useless point of articulation. When you have feet this big, you might as well just have put that toward effects, in my honest opinion. But overall, Mugman here is a very solid figure. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get Mugman posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the 1000 Toys Mugman pose for my final thoughts, and overall Mugman is a very interesting character. Yes, his design does not warrant super articulation, but the articulation that we do have here with Mugman, I think it works for the character. They really didn't do too much outside of the normal running and jumping poses, although you really can't get Cuphead and Mugman in their jumping position because they do a somersault and they kind of ball themselves up. This figure isn't capable of doing that, but some other poses where you run and gun is still very viable with this character, so I really do like it in that aspect. Mugman here is a fantastic looking character, and I really am glad that I have Mugman in my collection along with Cuphead. Now, I know a lot of people might be upset at the design of this character, but you really can't fault the design of 1000 Toys because they really didn't have much to work with. It's a cartoon character that they transitioned into an articulated action figure, so you're going to see joints, you're going to see some things that you don't want to, but it's still a very solid figure. Now, is he worth the $60 that I paid for on Big Bad Toy Store? I would really say no. It might be a $50 figure. They had included some effect parts like their blasting effects or even an alternate head. I think it would be more worth the $60, and you might argue it's a unique mold. Yes, it's a unique mold that unfortunately is shared between two characters, and that is something that you got to take into consideration. Mugman here still looks great, especially when you have him posed to Cuphead, and I think the two work best when you have both of them together. You can't have Mugman without Cuphead. So if you are looking for a Mugman here, he is still available on Big Bad Toy Store and other sites like Entertainment Earth and possibly Amazon. I haven't checked Amazon, but he's probably there too. With that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as my review on Cuphead. His review is going up at the same time as Mugman, so do check that out. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified anytime I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.